Beautiful souls. I hope all of you are doing well and keep shining your light wherever you are. And today I'm guided to make this content on the topic of heart-based choices. So let's see what comes out on this topic, because I sense that and as I'm also going through my own healing process and trying to connect more and more with my heart brain, even the research has shown that we have three brains and we operate normally from our cognitive functioning that is more governed by our conditioned beliefs and perceptions. But then when we learn to tune into our brains, which are in our core, in our bodies, that is our gut brain and our heart brain, then we are making right choices, which are kind of showing kindness to ourselves and creating choices which will create more health and happiness as well as healing for ourselves. So in this video, we're going to explore what happens and why we are creating these mind-based choices, and what difference can it make if we can create possibilities for us in our day-to-day lives by becoming a little more conscious and start creating possibilities and conscious choices to make heart-based choices. Then we begin to tune into our wiser brain, because your heart is the center of your being. It is also placed here, which is a central channel that regulates your other energy channels. So we can start making the heart-based choices by first creating a conscious intention. And making heart-based choices starts happening naturally when you start creating conscious intentions and start mapping and identifying the differences in your choices when they are coming from your fear-based ego mind and when they're coming from your unconditional love-based heart mind. So we are more conditioned and oriented towards making choices which are coming from our fear-based ego mind. So when we create a conscious intention, then we start regulating our attention and making choices which are more aligned with our heart space. We need to have a very integrated and good connection with our bodies first, because our heart brain sends signals to our brain here only when we are fully opened and awake to the signals that our body is trying to communicate to us. So it becomes very important that if you want to align yourself and your consciousness to your heart brain, that you need to engage in meditations or practices that will open up your connection to your core, to your body, and will allow you to sense and tune more into the signals of your body, because then you are able to make choices which are aligned with your heart center. Now, when we are operating out of habit in our day-to-day life, we are doing it on autopilot because our learned behaviors, learned habits, and learned patterns or synaptic connections in our brain, they are operating automatically under the care of our ANS, that is our autonomic nervous system. So if we have to start making choices which are heart-based, then first we have to identify on a daily basis how are we reacting or responding to different events, situations, people in our lives. uh, Especially I would say how we are reacting, what are the things that gets us triggered, what are the things that puts us into that angry mood or in that sad mood or make us depressed. So when you start paying attention to this information on daily basis, that is a first sign to understand that any kind of mood or emotion that makes us feel down, it is coming from our fear-based ego mind. So before we can start making heart-based choices, we really need to master the art of understanding what are our patterns that we are operating from on daily basis, that especially those which are lowering down our vibration. So in order to raise our vibration, in order to start making choices from the space of our heart, we really need to first start identifying what are the cues we are getting in our environment that are lowering down our vibration. So it becomes very important to understand that our millions of years of old reptilian brain habitually pushes us to scan for information in our environment where we are trying to perceive threat underneath our day-to-day interactions. And the only way to start shifting ourselves from that consciousness is through mindfulness, creating more mindful mindfulness based practices in our daily lives, especially when it comes to sensing information moment by moment. So very simple way to map out whether the choices that you're making are coming from your fear based ego mind or coming from love based heart mind is to start coming in contact with your bodily sensations, because your heart brain resides right in the center of your chest, which is your central channel and the part of your core. So getting in touch with your core and starting becoming more mindful of the sensations that you feel from moment to moment becomes very important to access your heart brain. And when we are saying accessing sensations which are more felt sensing, that requires some mindfulness based practices on daily basis, especially becoming more mindful moment by moment of your bodily sensations in whatever actions you're doing, and start coming back home into your body from your overthinking, chattering monkey mind, and start becoming more mindful of the feelings, sensations. And when you become more mindful of your feelings and sensations, you will be able to tune better into your emotions, because your body is signaling a lot of information to your brain most of the times, all the time. And when we are disconnected from our bodies, we are making decisions and choices from a perceptual lens that is more dominated by our ego-based, fear-based mind. So that is why we find ourselves regretting, feeling guilt, feeling a sense of shame around a lot of things that we make decisions about and we regret later on. So basically, our intuition resides in our gut and in our heart centers. So when we are getting more in touch with our uh, body, with our core, we are beginning to tune more into our intuition and start making decisions which are coming from our for our highest good, because body speaks the truth A lot of memories, a lot of things, our belief patterns, they are residing in our core in an unconscious way. So when you start connecting in a more mindfulness based way to your bodily felt sensing, you begin to access the information that you did not have an access to earlier on. So that is one way to start mapping your uh, sensing of information in your daily lives and start expanding and stretching your consciousness to come more in alignment to your heart-based brain and mind, from where you can make better choices that will serve your highest good. And if you would like to learn these techniques, I do have coaching tools that could help you to start accessing this way of living in your daily lives. You can approach me for such training as well. And for this video, I will just stop here, sending you all the love and light and laughter. Keep shining your light, and God bless you. Just give me a thumbs up if you like this video and you learned something from it. I'll see you next time. Till then, bye bye.